Okay guys, Boss Metal again. I'm gonna do a review for one of my favorite sequels of all time, and probably the strongest sequel in the whole series without a fucking doubt. Halloween 2. Came out in 1981, made for 2.5 million bucks. Directed by Rick Rosenthal. He was responsible for the piece of shit Halloween Resurrection, as well as the piece of shit Birds 2. This is written, produced by Deborah Hill and John Carpenter. Once again stars Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode and Donald Pleasence as Dr. Loomis. And you can get Lance Guest in there. He was in The Last Starfighter and Jaws of Revenge. And I like his acting. I think he's a pretty underrated actor. He does really good in this movie. You even get Dick Warlock, who's a pretty well respected and known stunt person in Hollywood. He plays Michael in this movie. So basic story goes, this takes place right after the first movie. Like as soon as Michael falls off the balcony and Loomis goes down to check to see, if he's dead or whatever, movie takes off right there. And anyway, Michael gets up, evades, Loomis and the police, and Laurie gets all situated in the ambulance and they take her to Haddonfield Hospital. Meantime, Dr. Loomis is kind of going nuts. He shot him 6 times, and nobody believes him, and they think he's just a quack. And Michael's slowly making his way to Haddonfield Hospital. Then stops off, kills a teenager, gets a knife, and like I said, he makes it to the hospital where Laurie's at. So Laurie's having these flashback sequences of this kid sitting in an institution, and she's kind of putting two to two together, and they have to give her an operation, to sedate her, and she doesn't want to be sedated, and she meets Lance Guest at the hospital, and he befriends her, and slips her Coca-Cola and stuff. And in the meantime, Michael is thinning out the staff at the hospital with the security guards and nurses and doctor and shit. And anyway, Loomis, uh, they think they got Michael because um, a police car hit a kid in one of the Michael Myers masks, and they thought they got him. So come find out, they didn't. They checked the teeth records and they didn't get him. So they realize he's still on the loose, and they go looking for him. And Loomis um, realizes where he's going, so they go to the hospital. And that's pretty much the basis of the story. Um, I can tell you why I like this movie. For one, it starts up right where the first one left off. In my opinion, like the first movie and this movie are just one big fucking movie. I think this is as well made as Halloween 1 is. Maybe even a little better. I kind of hate to say that, but I mean, you get the production value on this one that kind of shoots it up a notch. And Dr. Loomis is a little more crazy in this one. And I do like Dick Warlock as Michael Myers. He's a pretty menacing Michael. I mean, he's not really that big of a guy. I mean, he had to wear lifts in his boots in this movie to make him taller, but he does a really good job. And I think the Myers mask in this one is pretty creepy looking. Now I guess it's the original mask from the first movie, and they had to modify it a little bit. And I guess that the latex had started to decay, and that's why it looks kind of different. But overall, Dick Warlock, I mean, he's a good Michael. Um, I know John Carpenter declined to direct this movie, but he said he would produce and write it. I know he had a really hard time writing this movie, trying to figure out what to do with his main character. It's laying in a hospital, but sedated throughout the whole fucking movie. And I guess he went through lots of 6 packs of Budweiser up all night trying to write a script for this movie. But I think he did a really good job. I like the story. Like I said in my Visiting Hours review, this is a pretty basic story. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis in the hospital, and Michael is just making his way there. When you think about it, that's pretty much it. And I like how they weave the two characters together with the whole brother sister aspect, which is really cool. Like adds a little something depth into the story. You know, he's just not killing her just to kill her. And the effects in this movie are good for what they are. I wouldn't say this movie is really gory, but it's got some scenes in it that are, you know, pretty kick-ass. Of course, you get the hot tub scene with the chicken or getting her skin burned off, which probably the best makeup of the whole fucking movie. I mean, to be honest, and it looks really good still. Rick Rosenthal did a good directing job on this one. I'm surprised because I've seen, you know, Halloween Resurrection and I saw The Birds 2, and those both those movies were just pieces of shit. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, he had balls and knew what he was doing in this movie, and in those movies, he just fucking fell off the radar. I don't get it, but he did a good job in this movie. I know that John Carpenter did pick up some shots in here for him and stuff, and he added some gore to it, which is kind of weird that John Carpenter would add gore to a movie because he's a fan of, you know, what you don't see is more of an impact. But I guess this was 1981, and you know, Friday the 13th had already come out. But whatever, it's effective and I enjoy it. Story, story wise, like I said, I really like it because it's just fucking simple. And I mean, the acting, you get Jamie Lee Curtis once again. Good, she does a good job. Fantastic job as Laurie. Lance Guest as I think his name's Jimmy or some shit. Does a good job. Like I said, I think he's pretty underrated. Um, like I said, I like Dick Wallach as Michael. And all in all, this is a really good fucking sequel. I mean, for a sequel to such a classic movie, they did a good fucking job. And I know John Carpenter wanted to end the whole Michael Myers story with this one and start the Halloween series in a new direction. So with every movie, it'd be like a different story, like you know, like a Tales from the Crypt or something. And that's what we have Halloween 3. But I mean, you can watch the first movie and watch this one back to back, and like I feel fulfilled, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Now this DVD that I got, it's one of those cheap ass Good Times DVDs. I picked this up at Walmart for like $5 long time ago, and I mean there's nothing on it, but I mean the sound quality and the picture quality is nice, and it is in widescreen, so it it does justice for what it is. I mean they haven't released a special edition of Halloween 2 yet, so I mean just pick up one of these cheap ones, and like this will do you justice. But like I said, I really enjoy this fucking movie as much as the original, and I suggest you guys check it out. And if you have checked it out and don't like it, I suggest you watch it again because you'll always catch something that you don't catch. So this is 4.5 out of 5 fuck yous on this one, and you guys stay fucking brutal.